Aaron and Eli were born on the same stormy night, looking identical down to the last freckle. But as they grew, it was clear they couldn't be more different. Aaron was the golden child, a prodigy who seemed to grasp anything with ease. Teachers loved him, classmates admired him, and even the local news once ran a story on his accomplishments. Eli, however, struggled in school. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't match his brother's genius. He was always Aaron's twin, forever overlooked and overshadowed. As they reached high school, Eli's envy began to twist into something dark and unsettling. He couldn't ignore the constant praise for Aaron anymore, the way their parents' eyes sparkled only for his brother. He began obsessively watching Aaron, memorizing his every move, mimicking his mannerisms, his voice, until he could almost fool himself into believing he was the one everyone loved. But admiration wasn't enough. Eli wanted to be Aaron, to replace him entirely. He needed his brother to disappear. One evening, Eli found Aaron in the garage, hunched over his latest science project. Putting on his best friendly smile, Eli approached him with an enticing story, an old treasure map he'd discovered in their grandfather's attic. Aaron, curious and trusting, didn't think twice about following Eli to a desolate area of town. They snuck through alleyways, rain pelting down as Eli led his brother deeper into an abandoned building. Inside, it was dark, with only the occasional flicker of light breaking through the broken windows. Aaron's excitement shifted to confusion as Eli motioned him forward into the hands of strangers. The strangers, grim-faced and silent, grabbed Aaron, muffling his cries with rough hands as he looked back at his brother, pleading. Eli stared, a mixture of satisfaction and terror in his eyes as he watched his twin disappear into the darkness, leaving Aaron's desperate whispers echoing in his ears. As time went on, the town mourned Aaron's loss, but Eli stepped into his place. He adopted Aaron's routines, his hobbies, and even his speaking mannerisms until he became his brother in every way that mattered. The once average student was now on top, excelling in every subject. He basked in the attention and sympathy, even savoring the grief in his parents' eyes when they glanced at him, perhaps imagining he was their beloved Aaron returned. But in the quiet moments when he was alone, Eli heard Aaron's voice, whispering from the darkness, an eerie reminder of what he'd done. Years later, a raid on a criminal ring led authorities to a grim discovery. Among the broken souls was a familiar face, one that belonged to the boy who had once been the pride of his town. Aaron, a shadow of his former self, had endured years of horror, betrayed by the one person he trusted most. The police pieced together the mystery, unraveling the sick truth of what had happened that rainy night. Eli's face was splashed across the news as the twin who had condemned his own brother to a fate worse than death. The town turned on him, his parents disowned him, and his schoolmates recoiled in horror. As Eli sat alone in his cell, he could still feel Aaron's presence beside him, an unrelenting reminder. It was as if Aaron was watching, lingering just beyond the reach of light, whispering his brother's name from the shadows.